folks, hope everybody's doing well and having a great day. In this video we're going down to Brisbane, Australia. I've got an incredible video I received out of Brisbane, Australia, dated November 2nd, 2020. They took the video at 4 a.m. They described over 500 independent UFOs soaring over Brisbane in a straight line, and naturally you're going to think, well, it's another Starlink, but when you see them you may not think Starlink. I'm going to show you some comparisons here in just a moment. Awesome video footage. Also have some high-octane photos, new sky phenomena sent in from all around the world. A little 3-minute video slideshow I put together. Also something in the skies of San Bernardino, California we're going to take a quick look at. But first, here at the website, checking out the Schumann resonance. All in all, pretty quiet. Little bit of activity going through the Schumann in the last 24 to 48 hours. Hopping over to the Yellowstone supervolcano caldera. A little bit of unusual activity, at least in the last 24 hours. I'm noticing a unique signature that lasted about 12 to 10 minutes long. See that absence of data right there? It's on most, if not all, of the seismos here at the caldera. Don't know what it means. There's a little bit of unusual activity, but the key word here is little. It's small activity. This is the new norm. After all, it is a supervolcano. I would expect some activity at the supervolcano caldera. As long as we don't come over here and see dark blue seismographs, I'd say we're in pretty good shape all in all. Now we're going to go over to San Bernardino, California. Video footage here sent in by Rick C. of some unusual lights in the sky. Did the best they could driving down the road trying to videotape these lights. I'm going to slow this down and zoom in here in just a moment. This independent light right here that appears to be following a triangle craft in the sky is rotating. Here it is in semi-slow motion. You can see it kind of rotating very, very quickly, in fact, as it's moving laterally across the sky. Here I zoom in and go just a little bit slower, and you can see this thing is definitely rotating. It almost appears to be rotating counterclockwise, following this object here, which in a couple of frames looks like, right there, a triangle craft. This is super slow motion. This is what we saw at the very beginning of this video when Rick noticed this off to his right and began filming. But that to me looks like a outline of a triangle craft, or at least the lights do, and the unusual rotating light was following the triangle craft. Very unique observation coming out of San Bernardino, California. Thank you, Rick, for sharing. Now we're going to hop down to Brisbane, Australia. This is approximately a minute and a half long video of a 10-minute ordeal. They watched these lights for over 10 minutes, or right at 10 minutes. Here they are. And at first glance, you're going to say, oh, well, that's Starlink. But there's a little bit of commentary here. This was at 4 a.m.
It's like a blue moon or whatever.
And these things span as far as you can see in both directions. This is 1 minute of 10 minutes. And they counted approximately 500 of these things. Incredible. And what I want to show you here after this video...
But this makes no...
They were saying this makes no sense.
It makes legitimately no sense.
Yeah.
Because it's not aircrafts. They're way too close together.
Too close together to be aircraft. There's some other blinking lights in the sky that appear to be stationary. These look like classic Starlink. I totally agree, but there's way too many. I'm going to show you a Starlink observation from about a week ago that doesn't look anything like this at all.
But there was nothing in front of it.
I mean, these people were absolutely mystified. Okay, this is the original video footage. I mean, the way I received it. We're going to look at it again. I zoom in a little tighter, looking for anything other than what we see here. I mean, that's a great video, but I zoom in a little tighter. And here they are, a little bit closer up. 4 a.m. Again, we're in Brisbane, Australia.
Well, it is like a blue moon or whatever.
And there's like a cluster of 2, a cluster of 3, and then you have like ones that are obviously very independent of each other. Like right there's a good example of 2 very close. The rest of them are are situated farther apart, and then you'll have like 3 in a row,
No.
or at least very close
But
together.
this makes no... It makes legitimately no sense, because it's not aircrafts. They're way too fucking close together.
And keep in mind, they watch this for the better part of 10 minutes. And I'm going to show you a Starlink video from October 24th, and it really doesn't look anything like this at all. That's a remarkable video out of Brisbane.
But there was nothing in front of it.
And I agree, it looks just like, or at least similar to Starlink. Absolutely it does. I'm the first one to be on board with that. But when you see a Starlink video, which I'm about to show you right now, in fact, we're going to go to Texas. Here's a Starlink video that was taken October 24th. These were moving east to west. The video that I just showed you were moving west to east. So they were moving in an entirely different direction. Here is the Starlink, or one of the Starlink satellite trains right there. See how short by comparison that one is to this one here? Let me get this one back up. I mean, this thing literally, look at that. Those seem very low by comparison. Look at that. See how different they are? They're very different. That's all I'm saying. That's all. If it is Starlink, they're obviously some sort of a different batch. Or we're dealing with something different here altogether. I don't know. But those to me are kind of unique. That's all I'm saying. That was a great observation sent in by Costa out of Brisbane, Australia. Now I've got a brand new picture slideshow put together. 3 minutes of high-octane photos sent in from all around the world. Starting off over in Johannesburg, South Africa. Prayesh, this is a incredible, unedited sunset. That is exactly the way I received it. Looks like something off of Mars. Palm Desert, California. This is the moon sent in by Sean K with some colorful clouds in the proximity of the moon from California. Huntington Beach, California, sent in by Robin. This is also a photograph of the night sky in the proximity of the moon with yet some more colorful clouds. Once again, coming out of California. Another photo out of California sent in by Timothy. This is from the San Francisco area. Unedited. Also looks like a Martian sky. Neenah, Wisconsin. Photo sent in by Trudy. Unedited. About as pink and purple as you can get. Felicia out of Kentucky. A towering double-decker rainbow. Paul M. out of British Columbia. Very long roll clouds spanning as far as you can see in both directions. Tanya out of Central Florida. Colorful clouds in the proximity of the sun. Australia, Penny B, some gigantic beams spanning across the sky. Those are shadow beams reflecting off of the clouds. Sunrise halo, photo sent in by Mickey, taken by Brittany. This is a spectacular big jumbo halo with a lot of personality. This next little video was sent in by Mary Hall, and she noticed on this sky cam a couple of unusual, what we're describing as objects. They very well could be lens reflections, but they don't behave like lens reflections. A lot of times lens reflections move in unison with the sun. They'll move like in the opposite direction, and these kind of act a little bit differently than your average reflection. The clouds you can see are moving behind these things or through them. Just a unique observation, not claiming to know, and neither is she. Just something unique we're passing along. She also noticed this very long, what looks like a spanning roll cloud that goes from horizon to horizon on the ground, and then one from the International Space Station. How about that? Awesome view of a snow-covered mountain. Mandy M out of Australia. Awesome. More pink and purple skies. Here we've got a perfect eye in the sky. Photo sent in by Mandy M. Jeanette out of Toronto. She thought she captured possibly a fireball going through the sky there during sunrise. Jessie K out of Cucamonga, California. Fiery orange sunset. Hawaii sunset. Photo sent in by Catherine S. Fort Worth, Texas, Hennig K. Awesome sunrise from Fort Worth. And this one here is out of Haslett, also sent in by Hennig. And he was noticing how gold the sunrise was on that day. Mark A. out of Monrovia, California. Got a pink and purple sky. And another fiery orange sunrise with some shadow beams. This here is very interesting. Full moon, October 31st. I've got a few to share with you guys. The blue moon, and this was sent in by NMND. Not exactly sure the location, but pay attention to this area right here. Look what they outlined. I didn't notice it right off the bat until they pointed that out to me. That's what they saw up in the sky on Halloween during the full moon. See it right there? It's a little difficult to see, but when they pointed it out, yeah, I could kind of see it. Al out of East Oregon got a colorful V underneath the moon. Cecil out of Greensburg, Pennsylvania. Another look at the October 31st full moon. Here it is with a halo around it, sent in by Leslie N. That's the second full moon in October. Lawrenceburg, Tennessee, Gage and Tiff got a big halo around the full moon. Little video of the big halo in the sky around the moon. If you guys have any photos you'd like to share, you can send those to reports at MrMBB333.com. All the photos end up at the Sky Phenomena Photo Gallery at the website, and sometimes I'll use them in a video just like you saw right here. Thanks for watching. Have a super day, and be safe out there.